What's up? What's up? What's up? Long time in the making, but we finally here. We finally here to put some of this good info out there tonight. So what's good with you, man?
What's good, bro?
Introduce yourself, man.
Man,
To
I'm
anybody who might
Frankie.
not
You know
know.
what I mean? People know me as Franco in the streets, but
Right,
went by different alias in the prison system, so they call me Youngin in prison.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right. That's a bet, man. That's a bet, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. You know what I mean, helping me put this together, man.
Yeah,
Because I definitely feel like what we're
bro.
doing help somebody, man.
Right,
Help somebody. 'Cause
Sure.
it's been a good 20. It's been a good 20 since, you know what I mean, high school, man. You got to
Yeah,
look at
since
like, you know what I mean, that time flew by.
Yeah,
So,
definitely,
you know
bro.
what I mean? So,
Definitely.
I definitely appreciate you, man.
Sure, sure.
But what I wanted to do today is, you know what I mean, dive in some of the NC DOC systems, you know what I mean, give somebody an insight, you know what I mean, or what, you know what I mean, how the process go, you know what I mean, and no better person than somebody, you know what I mean, that actually did it, you know what I mean. Definitely not, you know what I mean, trying to, you know what I mean, glamorize, you know what I mean, all that, but, you know what I mean, it happened, and, you know what I mean, sometimes things that happen to you, you know what I mean, you can use that to help somebody else.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
You know what I mean, that was the whole idea about, you know what I mean, trying to put this together, and then, you know what I mean, good friend of mine, somebody you know too, you know what I mean, still back there, and I'm trying to definitely have something for him to build on when he come home, cause this whole lane, he gonna take over this. Right. That's the whole point.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
what's up.
I want to get that out first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Sure.
yeah. So got a few questions, whatever. You know what I mean, that I put together.
Yeah.
That I figured that could get somebody some insight. So so how old were you when you got locked up?
When I got locked up, I was 17. When I turned 18 in the county jail, and I went to prison, I was 18.
If you don't mind, can you tell everybody what you were charged with and how much time you faced?
The time I was facing kind of like varied, like on the amount of charges I had. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like from the beginning, I was facing like possibly life to like maybe 30 years. You know what I'm saying? A life sentence is automatically when you get to like 20 or better. They look at that as a life sentence. So my first pleas were like in the life range, and then you kind of like stay in the jail longer, it'll like drop. So I can't really say exactly what it was from the beginning. But as I stay in the county a little longer, they start to like in the prison system, bro, in the courtroom, like the more times you get court dates and the more time you go to court, they gonna either drop your plea or they gonna keep it where it is, or your plea may go up. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So when mine started, it was kind of like at its highest point, and I like sat in there and waited it out, seeing how everything was going, and it kind of went towards where it was leaning towards my favor. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I ended up doing basically the lesser of the amount of charges I had. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I kind of pleaded out, and not off the strength of me feeling like they had me, or feeling like I was gonna be a rat or nothing. It was like more or less my family told me to plea out, because I was willing to go all the way to trial and lose and just give me the life sentence, because I felt like people saying stuff that you did ain't necessarily enough evidence to be like, yeah, you did it. But my family was like, they felt like this was the best bet to like do at least, like I did almost a decade, like close to a decade. Like my minimum sentence when I went to prison was 7.5 years, and my max was like 9 years. But when you go to prison, you got your max, but at the same time, you could work it down to your minimum. So that whole bid, man, all I did was work. You know what I mean? Straight work, like whether it was the kitchen, the dorm janitors. You know what I mean? I went to school. I got my GED the next year after I touched the prison yard. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Off the strength that I didn't have it when I left the streets. Like, I left the streets, no diploma, nothing, and went to prison so young. Like, I got that soon as I got there. And then I started taking up trades, you get what I'm saying, to kind of keep time going. But I ended up doing like 7.5 on a 9-year bid. You know what I'm saying? I worked it down.
Yeah, definitely something you said that made sense, man. Just you know what I mean, sitting in the county and that process, and
Definitely.
you know what I mean, not jumping on the first thing you see, man. Like people don't know,
Yep.
shit like that. Sometimes that's what makes
You're
it.
definitely
You know what I
right,
mean?
bro.
So,
You're definitely right.
just
That
shit
plays
like
a
that.
big toll, man, because sometimes, man, they'll try to persuade you that they got so much evidence and they got so much to convict you that it'll really make somebody be like, man, I'm scared to even go any further because of what they might give me. So I'm gonna take this 2, 3 life sentences just because they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because they said I'm facing this if I do go to trial and lose. Sometimes, man, you got to put them lucky boots on, man, and just walk through it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and don't be scared. Like, that's what I did. But at the same time, I still took a plea because of my family. Like, they
Right.
was like, just do that, please, so they can see me again. You know, stuff like that really, like, that plays a part too. You know what I mean? It's a big part.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah, for
really,
sure, for sure.
shoot, we done went through like the first 3 without me even asking.
Oh, yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I
That's
mean?
what we
So,
want.
yeah,
So I tell you,
exactly.
I'd rather just keep it a band about everything.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
For real.
Definitely trying to, let people know, cover that lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like, we pushing 40 now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So pushing it
yeah,
real smooth now.
yeah,
You
you're
know what I
right.
mean? So definitely. But okay. So how would you describe your first day?
First day in prison or like first day like just being locked up for the charges that I had.
Nah, first day in prison, like once you already done went through all of that. And,
Got you and caught time.
yeah,
and
you on the bus and
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. My first day, I like being that I wasn't in the county more than a year. It's kind of like I was still fresh from the streets a little bit. So I kind of went in there with that mentality, like, man, I don't give a. I mean, I ain't gonna curse, but I'm like, I really don't care how long y'all been down in here. It really ain't nothing to me because I just came from the streets where we shooting guns. We out here beefing with cats that stay right around the corner from us. So it ain't nothing to come in here and fight a cat. You get what I'm saying?
right.
So I had that mentality when I went in, and I kind of kept that like stern through my whole bid. Like I ain't the biggest cat, but guaranteed, bro, they gonna be like, yeah, I respect you, man, because you ain't scared. Even though I could beat you to death, you ain't scared, and that's the mentality I went in there. Like first day, I think it was like more or less the new jack. They give you the little new jack demeanor, like they give you the tight jumpsuits, like because I started my bid at Pope. You know what I mean? That the new Pope, the one like I think it's in Butner. I started my bid. I did 3.5 years at that one. You know what I mean? On the 7.5. So you know I was kind of stuck there. Like I damn near wanted to stay there my whole bid just because I had got so used to the crazy ass way it was. But when you get to camps, it's crazy, bro. It's way different from you will see the difference from when you hit that spread and when you go to adult spread, man. Point blank period. Like it's more laid back. Them cats got time that some of them ain't going home and they just ain't bothering you unless you bother them. But young cats, it's a whole different, it's a whole different vibe. Like everybody in here young, some of them got a few months. Sometimes they be the most reckless. Ain't got 6, 8 months. They about to go home. They in here stirring up everything, stealing. You know what I mean? Want to fight, gang banging. All that shit. It plays a part when you fresh on state. You get what I'm saying? Right. So you might think this guy got 10, 15 years. Man, this dude got 12 months. He about to go home. That's why he's so wild. That's why he fighting. That's why he know everybody and fighting there. You know what I mean?
Don't go on.
Yeah, but I'm going in here with a bid, so I'm like, man, I'm more on a laid back tip, but at the same time, like I know how to communicate with motherfuckers. Like if a motherfucker come to me, yo, where you from? This, that, and the third. I'm from such and such. You know what I mean? I build with you, but at the same time, I ain't showing no intimidation because you walking around like you the big dog. Like, you know what I mean? A motherfucker could be the big dog in there off of just having the card tables and selling all the cigarettes.
Right.
So that don't really hold no weight with me because I'm from the streets, man. You know what I mean? It's like, man, ain't nothing in here gonna scare me worse than a motherfucker got a pistol on you, a motherfucker bucking at your head. You get what I'm saying? So I kept that when I first went, and then like kind of like my first day, I was more like laid back, standing myself, learning, like get like most of the time you gonna gravitate to the people that come in there with you. Like so, if it's like 5 or 6 of y'all going to the dorm, all of y'all fresh on state, you know what I mean? Y'all kind of stick together a little bit. Y'all kind of getting to know each other because y'all started from the beginning all the way in here. So when you get in there, you 9 times out of 10, it don't matter what city you from in North Carolina, you gonna see somebody from your city in any prison. It don't matter where you go, bro. You gonna see somebody that either you know or they know somebody that you know, like y'all from the same area. You know what I mean? And I got in there, met a couple home fronts, got cool with them, and it kind of like went from there, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I was just I'm locked up. I didn't realize, yo, like, you look at your sentence, You got 9 years now because you ain't got no job or nothing like that. So I'm just in here like, yo, I got a bed. Like, I ain't even about to play with nobody. I ain't even about to come in here on no tough guy. Like, acting like I'm tough and all that. But I ain't about to let nobody play me on nothing, like stealing from me. Acting like, oh, he hard. You know how people is. You know what I mean? So I just had that mentality when I went in there, bro. Like, yo, I ain't going for nothing. You know what I mean?
I heard that.
Keeping it a band.
I heard that. So another question should I put together? So how long would you say it was before you may have gotten to your first altercation, whether it been just physical or verbal?
On some real shit, man, my first fight was like my first week.
Right.
Yeah, like my first week in there, man. I want to say I was in there 4-5 days, and like the way it, like I can give you a little quick rundown of it, but basically, like, you know how I just said, like, you got home fronts in the block,
right,
and they already know people. They been down doing their biz.
Real fast, not to cut you off.
Right. Sure.
Now, was this once you got to adult spread, or was this
this still like my first first fight was at youth spread when I first got there. All it wasn't even no years later, months later. Like my first week, I was already in the shower fighting. Don't know nothing about it. Yeah, that's that mentality you got. You catch on quick to how people moving, and you see how they act and how they do things. That's how I'ma act and how I'ma do things. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't never become a pushover in there. Because one thing about it, man, that shit gonna carry out through your whole bid. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But like my first fight basically was off like a home front, being cool with a lot of people in the block, and they do a lot of playing. You know that playing leads to fighting. It leads to more sometimes. You know what I mean? When you do a lot of playing, man, you fall out with people over stuff like that. And they kind of had their little playing game going on and whatnot. Long story short, man, within that week, I was already cool with motherfuckers, so we already tatting each other up. First week, I ain't even been in there 2-3 days, nigga. Like, you know how to draw like a monk. I used to draw. They be like, bro, you know how to tat? I'm like, man, I ain't never done it, but shit, I tried. Motherfuckers done made a tattoo, already got a tattoo gun. Like, bro, I'm tatting niggas up. I'm getting tatted. I'm talking about first week. And then while I'm doing the tat on this dude, this like my first week in prison, bro. I'm doing the tat on this nigga that ain't even really nice yet. Nigga, like, I don't give a fuck if you nice. I don't care if you nice. Like, know what I mean? I still want you to do it on me, you know what I mean? So my home front run over there, like, boom. He was like, yo, here, put hide this in your locker. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? He like, nah, messing with this nigga over here. I'm just fucking with him. So he stole my man. I think it was like his office locker or something, not like his radio. It was something crazy, man. But I can't really remember what it was. But he put it in the bottom of my locker, and you know what I mean? I'm like, man, this dude wild. So I'm still, doing the tat and whatnot. He walk away. Man, this dude come down, like, I'm talking about, he come from downstairs, go over there like the normal. He start blanking. Man, who the F been in my locker? Like, yo, somebody in here stealing. This, that, I'm talking about making a big scene. Like want everybody in the block to hear him blanking. You know what I mean? And in this block, we on the top level, so the bottom level could hear him. He's so loud. So we spazzing out, this, that, and the third. Man, long story short, he went through that for some hours. Everybody like arguing this, that, and the third. Like, man, what you talking about? Who? He's still blanking about his stuff getting stolen. It's time for lights out. They like, yo, all right, everybody on your bunks. It's lights out. It's 11 o'clock. Everybody shut down. They cut the TVs off. This, that, and the third. My home front gonna say out the blue, like, yo, G-Ville. They called me G-Ville when I first got there. Like, yo, G-Ville. Like, yo. He was like, hey, get that nigga his stuff, man. I'm like, what stuff you talking about? Like, I'm like, cause I won't think about it. I was like, man, that's y'all gang. Ain't got nothing to do with that. I was like, what stuff you talking about? He like, man, that stuff I had put in your locker earlier. So I'm like, man, that shit is in there. If he want it, he can go get it. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing in my locker. Yeah, if he want it, he can go get his stuff. So boom, my home front come down there, grab this shit, get to the nigga, like, man, here. So it get quiet a little bit. He was like, yo, G-Ville, this the dude that got his junk stole. Like, yo, G-Ville. He was like, yo, you had my junk in your locker the whole time? I'm like, yeah, why? He was like, yo, man, you gotta shoot it. I said, man, you need to be talking to the motherfucker that stole your shit or playing with you like that and putting your locker. I was like, man, you don't know me like that. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, we got to shoot it in the morning. I was like, nah, ain't no shooting it in the morning. I put my shoes on because, I had my little slides. I put my shoes on. I was like, nah, ain't no in the morning. We about to fight right now. So I got up off the bunk. Everybody like, yo, chill. Anytime you try to fight somebody right in the open, They be like, yo, you policing them, don't police them, G-Ville, fall back. Y'all gonna get it in the shower in the morning. I'm like, man, nah, I ain't going to sleep feeling like this motherfucker might hit me in the head with a lock in the middle of the night or whatnot, you know what I mean? So I'm more or less like, yo, nah, we gotta go ahead and fight now. We're gonna either go ahead and kill it now and go to SIG and do what we gotta do, or we're gonna just end it all together.
Yeah.
So the boys like, yo, fall back. So I'm like, okay, that's a bet. They keep talking about I'm policing them. I'm gonna show him I ain't playing with him. Because if he don't want to fight, I'm going to make him fight. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I laid back on my bunk. That night, I slept with my shoes on, bro. Like, every night, I get in my covers, you know, like everybody else. That night, I stayed up late, bro, and laid there on my bunk, like, with my shoes on top of my covers or nothing. We don't even supposed to do that. They'll get you for escape charge for doing that, because you're supposed to take everything off and get under your covers. Otherwise, they feel like you're trying to leave in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? But that night right there, I slept with my sneakers on, and my motherfucking like basketball shorts they give you in prison and shit, and my t-shirt, and laid there all night waiting for him to jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he not knowing. I can hear stuff, bro. I might look like I'm sleeping. I'm woke, so I hear him talking to my home front like, "Yo, I don't really want to fight your homeboy in the morning. You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. But yo, he knew it was in his locker the whole time. I guess they talking like, yo, it was a joke.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you about to fight him for nothing, basically. So he coming like, yo, I really don't want to fight him. And then I can hear my own friend talking to him like, nah, bro, you done called him out. Like, he gonna want to fight you in the morning now. You know what I mean? But they think everybody sleep because it's dark. They are down there on their bunk talking. But I'm like, man, he don't even know that. He done pushed me to the point that I got to fight you now, man, because you feel like you tougher than me, man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, long story short, we went through the night, woke up first thing in the morning. Everybody get up, go brush their teeth. They wake us up like 5:36 to go get breakfast. You know what I mean? Every morning, the same routine me and dude was cool for that happened. Every morning, he in there brushing his teeth, but for some odd reason, he ain't eating breakfast this morning. You get what I'm saying? Like, he stayed on his bunk under the covers while everybody getting up for lunch. Like, he ain't want breakfast. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, boom. I go tap in his bunk. I'm like, yo, you got to sleep. Matter of fact, I'm lying, bro. I went to breakfast first. Came back. Everybody still on their bunks. You know what I mean? We come back in, done ate breakfast. I go tap his bunk. I'm like, yo, you still trying to do that? And they were like, man, that shit dead, man. Let that shit go, man. That shit dead. I'm like, nah, it ain't dead, yo. I'm like, yo, if you don't get off that bunk, yo, I'm going to steal you, and you going to have to fight. You know what I mean? So he sat up a little bit, because he on the top bunk. So he sat up a little bit. The boy's like, yo, chill out, bro. He said that shit dead and all this, that, and the third. I'm like, nah, bro, you trying to play me like I'm soft or something, bro. You don't know me like that. You know what I mean? So long story short, bro, he trying to cop please like, bro, it's dead. Let it go. Let it go. So I'm like, bro, my home front cut to me like, yo, chill out on, bro. He good, man. He ain't want to fight you, bro. He ain't trying to fight. I'm like, nah, bro. He try to play me in front of everybody. Yo, if I let him do it, bro, everybody gonna feel like they could do it, bro. I'm like, bro, see me right now, or I'm gonna come over there and punch you in your face, yo. Nigga was like, yo, punch you in the, boom, hit him in the face right then. Tuck off to the shower. The boys like, go in the shower, go in the shower. So I ran to the shower. We duped it right there, water on, fighting everything. I'm talking about getting it to him raw, because, you know what I mean? I already knew how to fight, man. You know what I mean? So I'm getting it to him raw, wet, everything soaking wet. Didn't get caught. Let that shit go. That was my first fight on state right there. And I'm talking about didn't nobody call the police. Police didn't see us fighting or nothing. It was just that, it was just the principle, bro. Like, you already done called me out like he was going to hurt me. Like, he was going to hurt me then when it happened. And now in the morning, you ain't really trying to do it because you realize that it was some bullshit. I'm like, nah, it ain't no bullshit no more, bro. Because you done got, yeah, exactly. That was like my first fight in there, bro. You know, I went through a few more, but I ain't really do a lot of fighting on state, bro. I kind of like fell back and did my bid. After I left Pope, I more or less did my bid. Worked, you know what I mean? Stayed out of trouble. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Take a break right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure.